The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
Hack and slash. Slice and dice.
That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. Taught them all a final lesson. Might not need that now, but you will later. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He presents the date. He doesn't seem surprised that there have been rumors of the legend of the child could have been anyone. There's no doubt you're the... He says it was after the attack that the... Had it not been... Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be guided. Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 12 months to come. So, countless, he'd say. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your... From this day on, he'll make nurturing. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless... He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your... No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow.
Ya, you maua.
He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain.
Luatulu maua.
The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the world. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. His friends have prepared something specific for each.
Miami.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the trial. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like?
Not as much as it hurts to...
Always making...
And you're...
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date says you will... The Myriad. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out-of-Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe's Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. Myriad is convinced that defeating the World Eaters is the only way the world can be saved, but they've been forced to focus on their rivalry with the Jagni tribe.
Tuka kupu. Olowoya lo yalobatoloyo.
Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the tree of...
Chintwata moti huasa.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your... Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. He let you in, but thinks you should be patient when it comes to the Sifu.
Sibi? Lapanen aginkan man. Gerat na fal hutut mus. Tugai la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. He heard you took out-of-date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next. And he's convinced you've returned for a reason and is glad you chose to come here. There's something about your spirit that sparks... The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, they formed new tribes based on their own values, and when the Blight started, the animosity escalated to war. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life. He was hoping you'd join them. You understand that there's no harm in doing good to others. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other. The Myriad were placed here to fulfill a certain purpose, chosen to unite the tribes and take control. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even they might bring them war, but they'll never... He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
Fale vuela, papa.
You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks.
Schleine forrutna, Mika. Fale vuela, papa. Gine afirma gatano shubudo.
Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you.
Gine afirma gatano shubudo.
Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your...
Porote nat.
They passed the point of no return as their...
Porote nat.
Seeing you brings back...
Brita ala manglif.
Myriad wants unity between the...
Jaku denken saramoto.
He remembers your kind and unselfish soul.
Karap la wute.
Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can...
Galamat sa mofete.
He can't blame you. Tells you to find the Ganote pen, and you'll find Noko, and a whole lot of Ganotes. Says you should take it easy. Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find better goods anywhere else. Can sense you want to practice your skills at bartering. A pleasure do business. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurled. Had better days. That feels better. Itchy trigger finger. Nothing gets to you. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He asks how you are today. Then he wants you to know that if you find yourself going through bad times, You should just keep going. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. Learning to swim can be scary when you don't know what you're doing. But fortunately, he's here to give you a helping hand. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. And he'll be honored. He says, that wasn't too bad, was it? Way to go. Don't let the sound of the waves drown out your spirit. But you need practice. Lots of practice. Great things usually happen to those who never stop trying. He hopes you'll be one of them. You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim. You can never try too hard. Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. You know you can't make up for lost time. You should know, practice makes perfect. As long as it doesn't kill you, it'll only make you stronger. She'll see you at the village square. She says that's good. With a passion for learning, you'll never cease to grow. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. Being nice comes easy for him. That doesn't make it less important. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig. He's happy to hear that from someone that's a part of the coming generation. You should look for things that are recyclable. He wonders what usefulness you found. He says every little... He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if... He says only a... He'd love to teach you to upcycle. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He believes being considerate will help you feel at peace with you. He understands, but hopes you won't be needing it anytime soon. He's looking forward. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to... Then you've got a good excuse. She wants you to grow up and start... That's all You've always followed your own path. Then start by... They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. That makes him wonder why you were here looking for it. There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are. They push each other to become better, and some... She asks if you're hurt. What happened? If confidence is silent and insecurity is loud, she thinks you're absolutely right. The most important thing is that you're okay. It's time to focus on your training now. She said it before. Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. Seeing you always puts a smile on your Popsy's face. He wants to know how you're feeling. Training with Muma will make you... He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He wishes that was true for... He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle some old fabrics. He's curious to see what you found. He can work wonders with pretty much anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. Says at least... He says it's about...
Tomosakula imapela.
The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks sharp. He knows she's already...
Bestilka.
You should take it with you. Wear it to practice.
Ja.
He's sure you're...
Tariman.
He's looking forward to see...
Pala.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Rumble na marsa maungundu.
Hopes you're as ready as you claim to be.
Puri kumbala muma. Pala.
She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down.
Saduru tu pendrine senama.
But there's enough time left for repetition, and you need it. Training dummies don't hit back.
Pen nampusa.
Wants you to...
Beri.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud.
Anora ka papum.
Thanks you for being such a...
Ferena masalapu. Pen nampusa.
Been working on a present for you, with the help...
Anora ka papum. Can't see.
You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it.
Puri kumbala muma.
Says he's always thought so well of you. Catchy.
Ferena masalapu.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful.
Asana yotutupu.
She's happy you appreciate what others do.
Inadab sunka. Tate ko babas minalagi mamuru.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see.
Kanamunt.
Says it's not a record.
Kanamunt.
Your Muma says you look tired.
Vaseno kasaman waru.
Says a good rest makes... Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire.
Antoro. Can see. Kamamu.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Monibasa.
Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time,
Ferena masalapu. Mustiki muka.
there's nowhere to run to this time.
Amu. Ferena masalapu. Can't see.
Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been to protect you, your Popsy, and those...
Asil natu.
She tells you to stay back. This is her fight. It has nothing to do with you. History.
Amu.
Exactly what she wants you to do. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity, when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. Let's see. The tribe's caught a fluffy hog. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. more than a flesh wound. Bullets everywhere. You gave them no choice but to take it down, even though they'd planned to take the fluff hulk out to the Farfnaki leaves and let it go. They've received news a Ronin had strengthened their ranks and were a group of myriad crusaders already headed out to You should hurry there and help them best the outpost. Not really. It's west of Bricktown. You can spot Gizmo's chug yard from the hill. Faster, better. Look, an emergency box from the old days, when you needed to pack a Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? The day is always brighter. Give him a hand. It's starting to add up. That notice board, filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away. Well, small ones. Places. There must be a track somewhere in this. This is turning out to be quite an expedition. Taking something off your mind. You're onto something. Let's see. Go see what you can see in this fresh day. You found the track! Amazing it wasn't destroyed. So much of this place was just discarded. Lucky. No, it was never nice. It was new once, but that's not nearly the same thing. Just being new never lasts. The tracks moved on from Bricktown, and you should too. A real treasure. Don't forget the past. Learn from it. Would you look at that? A fry sparker from the back in time. Hardware that fix-cooked provisions. Try it out. See if it still works. Looks like the fry sparker's knobs need to be in sync if you want to get the hardware working. It's a fry sparker mindset. Boom, you got something. It's not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away. This story needs a hero. A flush stool from the back in time. It's an apparatus that sink-sunks yellow juice and brown bobs. Let's try out the brush away, see if you can off-chase some drip droppings. Seems like the tighteners on the piping need to be unturned correctly to drain the flush stool. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's the kind of trouble you really want to wash away. Nice pants. Strange how the trees are still so full of life. Nice and clear out today. Never thought I'd see a clothes soaker from the long gone again. It's an up cleaner of unwash, the clean-cut way to unstain garb. You need to get the pegs lined up to get the clothes soaker rolling. Just a few moves left. Make them count. You really put a spin on it. Don't see that every day. So bright out now. You should be able to use that. Small parts with great value.